Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Brood Chamber on easy mode in under 10 minutes, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. So this is the first boss in Brood Chamber, which is Nacha. What's going to happen is the tank's going to go in and really just stay at melee range, keep attacking the boss. Everyone else just DPS at range or go in if you want, it doesn't really matter. Just remember that the boss will grab the closest target. You're going to see that he goes into phase at 80%. And then once he does that, it says that he awakens the blood condensers. So these are these little things over here. You just ignore the orb. Let the orb just float straight into the boss. Do not bother blocking it. Once he absorbs 2 of the orbs, it will break the mechanic and he will just enrage and you just go back to DPSing again. So over here, he will do this explosion. You can either homu block it, stealth it, self iframe it, doesn't matter. However, it does knock you back if you don't. And then he's going to cast these pizzas on the tank. The tank can just stand still. You see these orbs. These orbs are going to float in. Don't bother blocking it. Just let him absorb it. And then he will do this 5-hit explosion, which again, you can self iframe, you can stealth, you can homu block, do whatever, and just continue to DPS and boom, he's dead. The next boss over here is the Brood Glutton. Relatively simple again. We just run in, we DPS. He will target the 3 furthest people and put a ring around them. If you do have a ring around you, just stay away from your party because when that explodes, it will knock them up. If you want to do the mechanic, you simply run to the eggs and it will break the eggs. However, in this case, we strictly just DPS. So you see here, we just pew, 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 and it's going to die very, very quickly, and bam. Before it even does mechanics, it's dead. And we move on to the next boss. Okay, here's the last boss in Brood Chamber. Again, this is just a DPS fest. We're just going to run in, we're going to hit the boss until he dies. So here we go, we just start with DPS. He will do the star attack. Try to not get hit by that. As you can see, if you do get hit by it, you will get dazed. He will jump into the middle of the map once phase starts. So again, you want to jump over that or else you will get knocked back like me. And then he'll target the furthest person with this gaze. You'll see that I have this gaze on top of my head. If I have this gaze, he will cast a half pizza on me. I literally just self iframe it or face tank it. It doesn't matter as it doesn't do a lot of damage. So then he'll do a suck, we F roll, and you'll see that everyone here has a yellow bubble around them. But with this yellow bubble, you can simply just jump next to the boss and then it'll steal the mark off me. However, it'll delay his phase so that you can continue to DPS even longer. Just remember, when you pop your bubble, it does a big AoE. And if any of your teammates get caught in it, they will get drunk. So they will be drunk for about 30 seconds, which means that you lose a lot of DPS. So try to avoid jumping next to your teammates, but you do want the little circle to touch the boss if possible. If you don't want to do that, it's perfectly fine. You can just keep DPSing the boss until the little buff over here, this 43 seconds. When this runs to about like 5 or 6 seconds, just stay away from your party and jump over here, and that's perfectly fine as well. And you can just DPS. You'll see over here that have the bubble. I'm trying to do the mechanic, but I don't know why. There's no real reason to do the mechanic here. So you just DPS and you'll see that there's this pizza over here. This pizza does not do a lot of damage. You can literally face tank it or you can iframe it. It doesn't really matter. So you see here that once you jump, there's that bubble. If any of your teammates get caught in that bubble, you will get drunk. You see that I face tanked that and I literally took like 12% of my HP. Very little. So you can keep DPSing. So the reason why you want to hit the boss with the golden bubble is because it'll change the mark to you and he'll cast more pizzas. The more pizzas he casts, the more time you have to DPS him before he goes into phase. When he goes into phase, he'll go into this like defensive curl and you deal a lot less DPS to him, which sucks. That's why we like to do this in order to prevent him from going into that phase so we can keep DPSing. So after he finishes all these pizzas, he will do a big AoE attack right here. He'll shoot that thing into the sky and it'll just daze everyone, where you can just self iframe, party stealth, whatever, and then you just DPS him until he dies, and voila. Very, very simple. And yeah, that's how you do the dungeon. Hopefully you found this guide useful. If you did, I would appreciate a subscribe, or if you want to go that extra mile, please consider becoming a member. Speaking about members, I'd like to thank Gonzola B, Jeremy Chen, Nyana, Pearl Style, Lina Ren, Toots McGee, Solar Hero, ST Sintu, as well as Key for becoming members and supporting my channel. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the